Good morning, Giants. So today I am going to talk about some distinctions. The distinction between possibility, probability, certainty, knowing, and believing. And so I'll just kind of define each of those briefly here. So a possibility is the chance that something could happen. And I'll go into some ideas and concepts here, some analogies maybe, and just share what I think that is. And so probability is the likelihood of something happening. Possibility is the chance that it could happen. Certainty is that it can consistently be counted on to happen. Knowing means that we can distinguish things, and believing means that those are the things that we hold dear. And so I think of the coronavirus going on right now, the scare that people have. I went into the store yesterday and all the water's gone, all the canned goods are gone, flour's gone. All of a sudden people hear about coronavirus and they want to bake cakes or something, I don't know what it is, and drink a lot of water. But the thing is, we get scared of a possibility and we fail to look at the probabilities and the certainties. There is a possibility that coronavirus could come this way. There is a possibility that it can happen. Let's say that I throw a bag of pennies in the air. There's a possibility that every one of those pennies is going to land heads up. That's a possibility. In fact, there's so many things in this universe that have possibilities, but they have really, really, really low probabilities of occurring. And so there's a big distinction there. Just because something is possible does not make it probable. Hopefully you can hang with me on this. So as an example, in the book The Black Swan, he talks about the possibility of a coffee cup filled with coffee sitting on a table, jumping off of the table. What would have to occur is that every molecule in that coffee cup and every molecule in the table would have to move in opposite directions at exactly the same time for that to occur. So the coffee cups, all the molecules in the coffee cup would have to move one direction, and all the molecules in the table would have to move another direction. Is it a possibility? Absolutely a possibility. Is it a probability? Not likely. Chances of that occurring are slim to 0.0000 to the 10th degree times a billion or whatever. It's just not going to happen. We can count on that coffee cup staying on the table if we place it there. That's a probability. And so when we look at certainties, it's things that we can count on in our lives. And so, man, the sun just came around the corner here, right in my face. The possibility is that it's a chance it could happen. The probability is it's highly likely to happen. And certainty is we can almost count on it to happen. And so as you're looking at your life, as you're looking at the things that you're giving attention to, so for example, right now, the coronavirus, if you're giving it fear, if you're feeding it your fear, you're feeding the possibility. Okay? Now, doesn't mean you shouldn't plan for it. How probable is it to affect you in your life? If you look at the number of people who've been affected, how probable is it for you to be affected? And if it's highly probable, then it may be something to prepare for. If it's certain, that means it's absolutely going to affect you. So when I look at life, when I look at what people pay attention to, any fears, I mean, this is the 10th year in a row where we've had some kind of a scare of some sort. It's either the economy or Y2K or 2012 calendar, the Mayan calendar, or something else. And we get so scared in the possibility that we fail to look at the probability and the certainty around it. And so some of you may disagree with this, and that's okay. But I want you to look at your life at what are you giving attention to that's a possibility, that's highly unlikely to occur. Put your attention more toward probabilities and certainties. So a probability meaning it's highly likely, and a certainty means it's almost guaranteed to happen, and it's something that you can count on. So when I look at my behaviors in life, I look at the possibilities that are out there. There are plenty of them, billions, trillions of possibilities. I look at the behaviors that would give me the highest probability of success, that they give me the highest likelihood of success. And I try and narrow it down even further to the ones that give me a certainty of success, which is even harder. That's the other end of the spectrum. There's a lot of things that we don't have certainty in. And so when I'm working toward things like my book, I work towards probabilities. You know, if I do a certain behavior, what is the probability of that paying off for me? If I get my book published and I don't do anything with it, it's a high probability that that won't go anywhere. It's a possibility that somebody could just find it, pick it up one day in the middle of nowhere, it's laying on the dirt, and they're like, wow, this is amazing, I want to make it a bestseller. That is a possibility, but that's like winning the lottery. A lottery is a possibility, it's a chance, but a probability is me going to work every day. A probability is me putting the efforts in that are going to create what I want. A certainty is certain behaviors of those are guaranteed to create results. I can count on them. There's enough evidence to show that they can be counted on. Now, bringing in beliefs. A belief is something that we hold dear. So in my book, The Art of Accomplishment, if you want to grab that and read it, it's short. It'll take you 30 minutes to read it. In The Art of Accomplishment, I talk about the certainty cycle. And I talk about beliefs. You know, a belief is something you hold dear, and it's different for everybody. And people tend to hold those pretty strongly. So a belief is something that you find valuable. And so for people, if you go in and you knock down their beliefs, it'd be akin to taking a baseball bat to a china cabinet with all their favorite china. They would hate you because you went in and basically destroyed their favorite things. And so when people have beliefs, you don't have to go in and wreck their beliefs. You can allow people to have their beliefs. You don't have to change people's beliefs. It's things that they hold dear, and by holding those dear, they go out and they live a life that's fulfilling to them. So just a concept for that one, but the reality is, think of this, think of your world in the case of possibility, probability, and certainty. Possibility would be more of a gamble, probability is effort, certainty is guaranteed results when you take the action. So I hope that helps you guys. Let me know your comments and thoughts on this, and I will talk to you on the next video.